So if I were you, I would ask me, what sort of truths can you learn being mobile that are not obvious whenever you're stationary? Is that a good question?
That is.
The answer is that nobody has the truth. That's pretty obvious to me now. You can drive into Mormon country, and listen to the Mormon story, or you can drive. I have my friends who are Buddhist and Christians and all that sort of thing. But after a while, it becomes obvious to you that nobody has a monopoly on truth, and you'll begin to shape your own philosophy. And I wish everybody would do that. We wouldn't have religious wars or whatever. So that's an obvious truth. Another obvious truth is how many people are not working. I mean, the unemployment figures don't reflect the fact that there are people who have just taken themselves out of the game and they're unrecorded. And I think that that's good news rather than bad news, and here's why. Because there's not enough jobs to go around, and that's good news. That's a result of the Industrial Revolution, and all we have to do is figure out a way to distribute just enough wealth so that people can exist. What I know that almost nobody else knows is it takes very little to live the good life. My monthly expenditures, even when I'm profligate, is maybe $600 a month, and I never pay any. I have to never pay any rent. There's millions and millions of places to be, in, like this one, and so the biggest cause of financial difficulties is rent. Believe it or not. So
I
if
do
you can
believe
solve the problem of rent either by living in your car, or getting yourself a trailer or a van, then most of your problem disappears right away, because 47% of the take-home pay of most Americans is for a roof over their head, which is stone crazy.
It is.
In my opinion. And the time will come whenever we'll recognize that not everybody needs to work. Thank goodness. We can amuse ourselves.
Quality of life, and also being able to relieve people of stress is a wonderful thing. I mean, when people are less stressed about how to just survive, then that's when you get arts, you get all the social graces, you get more beauty in the world when people are less squeezed. So yeah, there's lots of benefits to it. What else should we talk about today?
Well, what other truths have become obvious to you once you've been on the road? The pace of our progress is exponential. I mean, I've watched in this 40 years that I've been on the road dramatic changes in communications, for example. To be able to sit here, and if he would talk to me, I could talk to the president of China, and it's just amazing. And so that all the information in the world is at our fingertips in my computer. You may have noticed on the front of my rig is a satellite dish, and I get all the programming that anybody in the world gets. And it's just wonderful that we're so well connected.
Right.
And there's no reason for anybody to be stupid anymore.
In fact, that's what makes our journey possible too. Now that we have LTE internet everywhere, if we didn't have that, I couldn't do my job, in fact.
Yeah, it really is a remarkable time that we're living in now. May they continue to have access to information that makes us all better.
Absolutely. You have to be forever vigilant, and so it goes. Living this way, you can live in springtime. Almost. I mean, the weather here is just absolutely perfect.
It is gorgeous.
In another 2 weeks, it may begin to warm up into the 90s, and 40 miles away, right up there, it will be 12 degrees cooler. And if that gets too hot, and it has from time to time, that's Flagstaff, 40 miles away. And the elevation is 7,000 feet, and almost everybody who does this knows that for every 1,000 feet you climb, 4 degrees are left behind. So we're here at 3,000 feet, and that's 7,000 up there. And on some occasions, I have had to go as high as 10,000 feet to get really cool. It was a bit chilly up there, Leadville, Colorado, for example. So you can just pick a temperature and go find it. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I can't believe my good fortune.
I know, right? It is
Yeah.
amazing. Well, Randy, I just want to say that you're one of the most charismatic people that I have ever come upon. I'm sure you hear that a lot. I'm sure you get feedback from people.
Well, thank you very much.
Very
Yeah.
inspiring.
Very inspiring, very wise.
I think that will happen to you, the longer you're on the road and when you engage with people. I have a theory about how people grow in personality. And it's basically this. If you engage with someone at a certain level, then wonderful things happen. The experts say that there's 4 ways you can engage people. One is ritual, hello, how are you, and so forth. And another level is pastime, where you talk about your cars and the gossip and the football teams and such. Or simply the exchange of data that we do in the work process. Or you can engage at the level of what they call intimacy, or another word for it is authenticity. And that means that you truthfully exchange what you really think, want, feel, and have done. And when you engage with someone at that level, the miracle happens. You will inevitably see something in the other person that you admire. It may be a turn of phrase or a bit of information or something. So if you think I have charisma, I borrowed it from all the people that I have engaged.
Yay! That's awesome. Well, I think on that note, we're going to wrap up the interview for today. And I am very happy and thankful for this opportunity to sit down with you and introduce you to even more people who might not know who you are yet in the RV community and the nomadic life.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. Let me make a pitch, or we'll both make a pitch.
Okay.
Come on out here. There are places to live that's absolutely free, and it is so cheap. Almost anybody can do it. And you don't have to have a big rig. You can get in your car. You can engineer your car. I saw one yesterday where a guy had removed 3 of the seats, platformed in a bed. He was as happy as he could be. You can move about the country and enjoy this wonderful freedom.
Beautiful. And that is the key to life. Enjoying it. You got to enjoy your life.
One of my friends is forever saying, time is the currency of life. Don't run out.
Yeah, that's it. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Randy. And again, I'm going to show his book one more time because
Thank
his
you.
book is fabulous. 40 Years a Nomad. Poems from the Road. Randy Vining.